Take a deep breath in and exhale. Close your eyes. Keep breathing deeply. See yourself entering into a place that goes beyond the physical place that you are at. It's a place that you can call magical, special, sacred, blessed. The important thing about this place is that it allows our souls to meet and acknowledge each other, to nourish and celebrate each other. You can call this place magical, sacred, blessed, special. Why? Because this is your space. It is in your meditation. And it is about your life, indeed. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, relax, because just by thinking about this, you are creating the space. It's a mindset you can take with you wherever you would love to be. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, see yourself in the presence of the entity that you value the most. God, the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit, the universe, the source, whatever it is perfect. Whichever belief systems you have, it is also perfect. Even in the perceived imperfections others may have about your beliefs. And including if you are doubting in any way you form that entity or your belief system. How can it be that you still believe in? Maybe asking others, or maybe asking you to yourself. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, declare, it was a wise decision to step up into this place. By having done so, you are allowing your mind to become sharper and more precise, your spirit to become stronger, and your heart to become more loving. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go any questions that may be showing up. But how does this work? Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, realize that when you took that deep breath in, you trusted that there was going to be oxygen in that air. Oxygen, essential for your existence, and at the reach of your nose. You don't need to be anyone in particular but yourself. You don't have to have any particular achievements but what you are already. You don't need to go to any specific place. Just be where you are at is enough. How will you behave? Is from now on, you start believing that who you are is enough. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Declare that you are willing and able to make the most of your time and from your life. Declare that you are totally receptive toward your message for today because you are aware, you are alert, and you know deep inside there is this inner knowing that knows. That there is more for you, and it is at the reach of your nose. With just a couple of adjustments to your mindset and everything is going to be working perfect. Indeed, it is already working perfect. How can you say that? It is obvious that you don't know what I have been going through. And you are absolutely right. I have no idea. However, what if what you believe has been your greatest obstacle, you find how it has worked to be your greatest trampoline? Take a deep breath in and exhale. Declare that you are totally committed to interview your message as an ally, to treat it with curiosity. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, if you are having some thoughts, some question like, but will this work for me because you don't know my story? And you are right. I have no clue of your story. Thank you for being here. Instead of fighting the questions that may show up, capitalize them. If you believe that something may don't work for you because of fill the blank, put that information in front of you. What do you believe makes you less worthy of receiving a gift? What do you believe makes you unworthy of receiving a gift? Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, let go the attachment to a specific way or form for the message. Are you keeping in mind? Are you keeping in mind that the message could show up as a thought, memory, body sensation, particular emotion, something during our time together, something afterwards? Something that shows up direct, something that looks like a puzzle, something that shows up later and you see the direct correlation, or something that shows up later and you have no clue why you just thought about fill the blank. It is okay, it is perfect. Put it in front of you. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let go the attachment to a specific message. Does having an attachment to a specific message makes you a bad person? Not at all. As a matter of fact, be grateful that you have attachments. That means you are alive, because dead people don't have attachments. What if you choose to learn from your attachment? Your attachments are pointing out to some beliefs that you have behind those attachments. Transform the belief, the attachment will transform. Of course, that is if you want to transform a belief, because you may be in love with the idea of your attachment. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, are you remembering, are you keeping in mind that the universe is infinite? That the universe is infinite. Infinity rules, infinity rules. Therefore, in a universe that is infinite, the possibilities are endless. And what if you are attached to a specific message? And what shows up is exactly the most powerful instrument for you today to learn, grow, and evolve from it. Declare, I adjust my perspective about the message, and from a place of love I align to learn, grow, and evolve with it. I adjust my perspective about the message, and from a place of love I learn, grow, and evolve with it. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And declare that you consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, observe which is coming first, a thought, a memory, body sensation, particular emotion, something attached to your past, to your present circumstances, to your future, something that is inspiring you or putting you into despair. If it is attached to your future and putting you into despair, is it possible that you are looking into the future with a rerun of the worst nightmare from your past? Or including the worst nightmares of your present? Take a deep breath in and exhale. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, observe what is getting into your nerves the most. Are you feeling inspired to share with me? Actually, I have been great, providing the necessary conditions for fill the blank. Or are you feeling in despair? I haven't been able to be conscious about what I harvest. I have tried to harvest fill the blank, and instead I got fill the blank. Is it possible that you are looking only into one area of your life? But you are more than one area of your life. Vocational, physical, financial, familial, mental, spiritual, social. But this area, fill the blank, is not that important for me. And it is okay. It is perfect. This is about your life. However, is it possible that in that area, nourishing that area, could provide the necessary conditions on another area of your life to flourish? Take a deep breath in and exhale. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. Do you feel free and able to provide the necessary conditions? Are you believing that you need to have fill the blank in order to provide the necessary conditions to fill the blank? Who are those that you care the most? Are you only thinking in terms of providing necessary conditions for others? Or are you considering yourself as part of the list? Take a deep breath in. And exhale, remembering that everything is information for you. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. What if right now you choose to ask yourself, do I adjust the conditions as I understand necessary? Do you adjust the conditions as you understand it is necessary? Which conditions are you talking about? Are those conditions for others or for yourself? If they are conditions for others, do you believe that in order to be fair, everyone have to have the same condition? Take a deep breath in and exhale. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. Look into your past. Which event is the strongest? One where you were consciously about what you were harvesting, but fill the blank? Or that you weren't consciously about what you were harvesting and still fill the blank? Or are you looking at the moment where you perceive others should have been conscious about fill the blank? And because they didn't fill the blank. Which necessary conditions do you believe you lack? And because of that, you fill the blank. Whichever scenario is showing up is perfect. Take a deep breath in and exhale with gratitude, because when something that bothers you shows up, is allowing you to see something that has been hidden but has been guiding your perceptions, decisions, and actions. And now that it shows up, it's allowing you to heal it. Take a deep breath in and let go everything, anything that could be overwhelming, that could be taking your peace away. Take a deep breath in and exhale. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. Look into your self-image. Which labels did you grasp from those moments that you just saw? That you just relieved? How are you feeling? Which labels others place on you and you accepted as yours? Are you feeling mad, frustrated, in anger, or any strong emotion? Do you realize that when that is happening, your past is still in control of your present moment? Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, be grateful that this meditation is about expanding your sphere of consciousness, expanding your sphere of awareness, expanding, raising your level of alertness. And by being here, you are achieving that. Your future has been already transformed. It started at the moment that you gave yourself permission to be here. Take a deep breath in and exhale. What about you What about what you have done or not done? What about others? What they did or didn't? You perceive as unloving. What is moving you right now? What is controlling you right now? Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, look into your self-image, remove all those labels that you either place on yourself, other place on yourself, and you accept it as yours. And look for a moment into the future. But I am a visionary leader. I have to look into the future. Yes. However, is it possible that you are looking so much into the future that you are unable to enjoy the present moment as it is? And if you are feeling the impulse to shout at me, you have no clue of what I have been going through, and you have no right to tell me that. Take a deep breath in. Accept my gratitude for being here. You are right. I have no clue about what you have been going through. However, do you realize that when you are looking at things that you don't find reasons to be grateful for, it is like looking to the side of a coin that you dislike the most? Everything, the things that you consider the good and the things that you consider the bad, come together in some way or the other. Do you realize that sometimes you have perceived that you have been lucky, and others are thinking that, wow, you don't have any luck at all? Or vice versa. Do you know someone that you consider very lucky? Oh, they have so much luck. But they don't consider themselves lucky at all. So, is it possible that there is an event in your past that you perceive has been an obstacle? And it is just because you are looking at one side of the coin? It was in fact a trampoline. But you haven't appreciated yet. Relax. You are here in this space where you are safe. Take a deep breath in and exhale. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. Are you thinking in providing the necessary conditions for fill the blank? Are you in that list or not? Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, realize that by being here, you are transforming the conditions on your mindset, on your spirit, to transform your life. When you transform your mind, when you transform your spirit, you have new levels of energy, and you interact with others in a different way. Are you aware that in order for you to step up into new levels of service, profit, health, freedom, and greatness, in whichever way you value the most, the key is that you choose to consciously harvest what would you love to harvest? What would you love to harvest? Which necessary conditions would you love to be able to facilitate? And observe if you are thinking, I would love to, but fill the blank. What is that but about? It is because you perceive you don't have the tools or you don't have fill the blank. But do you know who have fill the blank? Who have the tools, who have the power to do a difference? Is it possible that you are having too much focus on what you can't do, that you are forgetting about looking into what you can actually do? Take a deep breath in and exhale. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. Observe your emotions. Are you saying to yourself something like, yes, I will do my best to provide, fill the blank, because of, fill the blank? Or are you saying to yourself something like, if I didn't have, fill the blank, which conditions, I don't have to bother about others to have that, fill the blank. And it is okay, it is perfect, this is about your life. However, could it be that there have been certain moments that you do things that you don't know why you just did it? That you react in a form that you don't understand? Is it possible that because of those perceptions about what others did or didn't, your past is still in charge of your future? Wouldn't it be lovely for you from now on to consciously harvest whatever it is that you decide to harvest? Take a deep breath in and exhale. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. Which conditions do you believe are necessary? Do you believe all the conditions should be the same for everybody? Think for a moment. If you are in a building and the building have a lot of stairs and a lot of floors, is it possible that by adding an elevator there will be some that are unable to use the stairs to reach at higher level? Is it possible that in that case an elevator is a form to give equity among people? Is it possible that you are only considering your necessities or the necessity of those that you fill the blank? And you haven't been aware of the necessity of others? Take a deep breath in and exhale. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. Is it possible that when you interact with people, that you perceive what they harvest is different than yours? What they do consciously is different than yours. Their necessary conditions, do you perceive, are very different than yours? Is it possible that you automatically believe that, well, we don't have anything in common, therefore, fill the blank? Is Is it possible that you are refusing to listen to their ideas, to their projects, because you are concentrated in the differences instead of the common ground? Instead of the common ground. Take a deep breath in and exhale. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. Observe if you are thinking something like, are you trying to convince me that I have to fill the blank? I am not trying to convince you of anything. I do have this love for you to expand your consciousness. So with greater consciousness, greater levels of awareness, you will be willing and able to choose differently. But it is your choice after all. Take a deep breath in and exhale. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. Which conditions do you perceive you need to flourish? Which conditions do you perceive you would love to have to flourish? Are those the same conditions that you believe you need? Is there a difference for you? Could there be a difference for others too? Take a deep breath in and exhale. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. But what if I can't provide? Fill the blank. Is it possible that you are getting into despair, trying to provide some conditions that others don't even want, don't even have think about those conditions? Maybe they are thinking in something else. What if right now, as you review your self-image, you declare, I adjust my perspective about who I am, and from a place of love, I align to provide the necessary conditions. I adjust my perspective about who I am, and from a place of love, I align to provide the necessary conditions. The key is love. Do you perceive love as a powerful strategy or as a weak strategy? Do you realize that if you consider something as a weak strategy, you will avoid to use it? Can you look into the past at those moments that you have done amazing things because in some way or the other you were loving what you were doing? Take a deep breath in and exhale. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions. I consciously harvest, providing the necessary conditions.